beautiful souls. Welcome back to another video of Channel Your Light, Own Your Intuitive. For those of you who are new here, my name is Erin Chandler. I am an intuitive guide, healer, and psychic medium. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we have new moon in Taurus. Now, I'm really a full moon girl, I'll be honest. However, the new moon energy is more than just having to do with the moon cycles. It actually has to do with Jupiter. Jupiter in Taurus. This is a very important time. Taurus is that rooted, sensual, very grounded, very 3D, very manifested form type of a sign. So having Jupiter in Taurus is highly relevant to each and every one of you, because what we are doing at this time is making your spirituality a reality. So if you think about it in this context, all of the preparations of removing things from your energy, your spiritual expansion, the purpose of that is to allow you to root it onto the physical 3D plane. And I have Archangel Michael here, and he has a message specifically for somebody. I'm getting the letter M that this is for. So this may be for you. Either your name starts with an M, either it's your first name or your last name, or the letter M is significant. You will know if this is for you. The message is as follows from your guide. Your higher self already knows the way. You have already done the work required. It is now time to bring it into form. You must clear your energy of all past, present, and future energies that may distract you or distort things. Clarity is king. I'm seeing somebody with a crown, king's crown. This is for a king. It's a masculine energy, apparently. You already wear the king's crown and are of extremely high spiritual rank. It is time for you to bring that into the manifested form. You are being called to follow your own rhythm, not to do things the way that other people do things. You came here to actually do them very differently. I'm getting a J name for that specifically. You came here to do things very, very differently. You came here to do them from a heart-centered and healed place, from a holing. You've been holing. You think you've been healing, but you've been holing is really what that they're telling me. So this is important because the things that you have been called to bring into form require you to go against the grain. I'm getting all these cards from Sacred Rebels deck that I'm seeing intuitively. So you must follow your own rhythm, which means you are going against the grain. You will have significant inspiration come in for you. I'm hearing, however, it is fleeting. It is like it is there for a moment, and then it floats through. It's very important that you write these things down when you get them. Write them into your phone, write them onto a piece of paper. The universe is gifting you with all of the divine inspirations that are meant for you because they are meant to be brought into physical form. I'm hearing the song, Drops of Jupiter in Her Hair. I'm also being told to tell you that good karma follows you, and it's super important that you trust your inner knowing, that you follow your inner discernment. There will be people that turn away from you. I'm being reminded of the Rosicrucian teachings. There will be people who turn away from you or the Christ consciousness or what you are trying to build. You are being asked to bazaar. This word keeps coming up. All of our community, every card that was pulled actually had the word bazaar in it in some way, shape, or form. So this is really interesting because one of the other things that came in was the Lego movie where the Bizarro people came in, and it's almost like somebody here, you're walking around the world feeling like it's Bizarro land right now, and that's because you've been moving through different dimensions of consciousness and timelines. So timelines is kind of like there's a misconception about timelines, says Ava. Yes, mom. The misconception is that I'm jumping from this timeline to that timeline, and on that timeline, everything's different. But it's important to be aware that you're actually viewing I'm hearing your spiritual expansion is there's two types of timelines. Some people think this is a timeline, jumping timelines, but it's not. Okay, I guess we're talking about this. So, the thing that I'm hearing is when you are open to the different layers and levels and dimensions of consciousness, aware that you exist in more than just one place at a time, that is not jumping timelines. That is your spiritual expansion and your consciousness being open to all that is in the different dimensions. That is not jumping timelines. Jumping timelines means you are moving. And here's the thing, I'm being told you can jump up, down, and all around timelines consistently. At this time, you're being told to hold your frequency of your ideal intended timeline: mind, body, soul, and spirit. Four pillars. It can't just be mind, body, spirit, or a mind, body, soul. It is four. I'm getting four specifically. I don't know why I'm doing it like this. Somebody, the thumb is relevant. There's something about this with the pinky down. I don't know what that means. I don't know if maybe somebody's missing a pinky finger or hurt their pinky finger, or maybe it's the reference of the thumb. I'm not very clear. Take it as it resonates. It's very specific validation for somebody. I'm hearing so that you know this message is yours. Jumping timelines. There are those of you who are opened spiritually, expansively through your consciousness, that you're able to step back and observe. If you choose this action, that action, A, B, C, or D, kind of like choose your own adventure, you can observe to the point that you're observing your own consciousness and how it interacts with people in the world. This is important because it allows you to pick and choose what path you wish to take with complete objectivity. That is the state that creators are meant to create from, uninhibited. It's very important that when we reach that level, that we are creating in a way that does not manipulate or coerce anybody else's energy. I'm being told this right now. I thought this was a new moon channel, and it is. I'm being told just trust and flow. Okay. So I'm being told that when we become aware that we're the creators of our own world and we can pick and choose things, it is 1,000, 1 million giant bullseye target important that you do not attempt to manipulate someone else or try and get them to go along with the version or the outcome that you choose. This is an impedance of free will, whether you recognize that or not. We are here to create consciously. However, you must recognize that you are not the only creator here in this collective consciousness, hence why it is called a collective consciousness. You must be creating from a point of balance. Choose the path you wish to choose with the outcome, but let go of how other people choose. Some people will not choose to go along with that outcome. Your job is to trust that that will fall away. So if there's somebody here, it's like you are hanging on to something so tightly, and I feel like it's a victim mentality. This is so weird. You're hanging on to something so tightly that you don't need to hang on to that anymore, is what Spirit is saying. It's very interesting. So it's almost like the victim mentality tries to control and manipulate other people in order to get what they want. And that's based on the premise or the foundation that you will not get what you want unless you control others. This is an epic trust test for you. Whoever this message is for, you'll know it's yours. The trust is required. You must trust that you can ask for what you want and it will come. You must let go of the form that it comes in. You must let go of needing it to come from specific other people or look a certain way. That is the test in trust, because you got to have faith, the faith, the faith. You got to have faith, the faith, the faith. Now, here's where they're bringing this back in. Ava, Mom, Jupiter and Taurus is very important. Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius. This is making spirituality a reality. That's what we are doing in this time frame. Taurus is about the nitty-gritty, boots on the ground. It is about doing the work and having the discipline and making things a reality, taking baby steps. Don't look at, oh, I have to have this big goal, because somebody, I'm being told, a message for one of you is that when you look at the big goal, you get so overwhelmed that you end up stopping yourself. And another person on here, I'm being told you're being shielded from the actual final goal or biggest goal, because if you understood what that was, it would overwhelm you to the point that you would be scared and you wouldn't move forward on that path. So the divine is very clear about this. That's an important message for somebody on here. Sometimes we are blocked or blinded from specific things on our path or specific goals because we must take other paths or other steps in order to get there. It's collecting different things. And again, I'm seeing the protecting treasure card. Somebody here, you have been protected. There is something that only you can bring into form, and it is being protected by the divine. That means people have been removed. That means you have been going to different places where you're like, why am I here? And what was the point of this? And that is not what I wanted my journey to be. I'm literally seeing one of you sitting there. I don't want to say crying, but crying. Yes, let me tell you, says Ellen. She says crying because you're like, this is not what I chose. This is not my path that I chose. I chose this over here. And the divine is saying that's because we have something much bigger for you. That was actually just a stepping stone. So let go of what you thought that was or what you thought was supposed to be. You were meant to think it was supposed to be that in order for you to take a step in that direction because there's something that you needed to pull out from there. And now that you've pulled that out, you must let go of it in order to step into the bigger picture. This is, I keep getting the word overcome this, overcome this. You need to overcome this. It's very important. And I'm also being told your energy transfers to other people. And literally, when you have resistance, it's like everything that you're trying to bring into form, they all end up having resistance around you because your energy literally transfers to other people. This is why you must let go. This is why you must cut cords. I'm also being told, those of you who practice moon magic, the new moon in Taurus is making spirituality a reality. It is bringing it into the physical manifested form. This is very important. I have Astral here and he wishes to speak on this. The planetary alignments right now have been set for the dawning of the age of Aquarius. The golden era requires that spirituality be made a reality on the physical human aspected form. If you are all creators and you came here to create, does it not make sense that those creations must take a tangible form on the earth plane? Because you are spiritual beings, and those of you who are moving through different aspects, I'm seeing the word dissolving. You have been moving through different aspects of consciousness. Just because it is not real in the tangible physical earth plane does not mean it is not real in your experience. Follow your own rhythm. You already have the answer to the question that you have asked. Astro Cynic, this message is for you. You already have the answer to the questions you are asking. You simply are not trusting the answers you're receiving. You have been looking outside for wisdom and knowledge, thinking it is outside of you. For those of you who are spiritual warriors and have experienced spiritual warfare, you actually are working on multiple levels inside and outside the earth plane's consciousness. Your consciousness is able to move through different dimensions. And in addition, you are able to move through the multiverse. You can dissolve through physical matter because physical matter technically is not solid. Nothing is solid. Everything is permeable. You must be very careful with your energy when you do this, that you do not pick up entities, particularly through the astral realms. You are divinely shielded. I have Archangel Michael stepping up for you. You are divinely shielded and protected. And although these experiences may be new, they're saying they are old. These experiences that you are having, they are old. And this message is actually for multiple people. This new moon allows you to ground in those knowings, those understandings. Yes, there are many spiritual warriors in the physical body. You are operating on multiple levels of consciousness and planes. This means your higher self is out doing other things while your physical body is here doing something else. This is a difficult thing to logically explain in logical terms. It does have to do with the quantum mechanics. There is quantum entanglement that can happen when you are moving through the universal dimensions or outside the body. Somebody needs to be pushed back into their body to reground in the physical form. Your role and your purpose on this planet is twofold. Astro Cynic, you asked, ask and you shall receive. The question you have been asking is not the right question. Think about your question from a different perspective. You must go within and ask what the purpose of this is. You already have the answer. You are being asked to trust that that is your answer. When you begin to trust that the answer you have received from your higher self, who is your guide. In addition, Astro Cynic, I'm literally seeing you on the mothership, on the flagship. People will have different views about what that means. I know exactly what that means, whether people have a different perspective or not. It doesn't really matter. You will receive this exactly as you were intended to. You will. I'm hearing somebody say, you need to sit down for this. You need to sit down. You need to take a deep breath and you need to listen. And this is actually happening on, not here present where I'm sitting in my living room. This is outside. Logically, to explain these things, Ashtar, okay, let me talk, Mom, says Ava. They're all going a mile a minute, and I'm trying to logically piece together what they're saying as they're saying it. And the interesting thing about this is, as a conscious channel, I like to be conscious because I am aware of the different spheres of consciousness and tuning my frequency to those different channels. You can tune your channel to any frequency. You must have discernment about the frequency that you're tuning your channel to. This is a commanding of the energy and a conscious choice. Astro Cynic, you have the ability to do these things consciously for a reason. I'm literally seeing you stand up as part of the command systems. The army of light has been activated. Your awareness of the different conscious fields may feel confusing, but it is not. Again, I'm being referenced back. You have your answer. You know the answer to the query you have asked. You do not need to ask Erin. She will not be able to provide you anything other than to redirect you back to yourself. You are a highly evolved being. You may feel that you are not, but remember that spirit sometimes blocks parts of our paths and our consciousness because we are trying to really develop an inner trust and an inner faith. I'm hearing you don't recognize that you're more than what you think you are. And that's not an ego thing. So some people, when I say you're more than what you think you are, there's some people who take that as you think, people think that they're bigger than they are. You're a part of the great knowing. You're a part of the great spirit. You're here in a body on the earth plane for a reason. You do the things you do for a reason, and everything you think and everything you feel and everything you experience moves through consciousness. Every single one of you, everything you do has a ripple effect. Everything matters on that macro level. The micro is the reason the macro can move. The macro informs the micro, but if the micro does not operate on that plane, how can the macro move? This is a lesson on the collective consciousness. Jupiter, 2 months ago, March, there was a trine of 5 planets. Mars was aligned with Jupiter in the sign of Aquarius. This is very important for the dawning of the age of Aquarius. As Jupiter lines up with different planets, as each planet, including Mars, there is a reason why Mars was part of the eclipse. It is the eclipsing of oneself. This means the old way of doing things are gone, and the new way of doing things are slowly being put into place. You may feel out of place during this process. You may feel confused. During this new moon energy, there are 2 groups of souls that this message is intended for. The Planetary Commission says the first subset of souls, you are being told to begin to take the steps and ignite the fire that you feel. Jupiter is pushing you to make full manifest in Taurus on the physical 3D plane. Take the steps to create what you wish to create. Let go of the need for it to look a certain way and simply make a plan and then let go. Take each step. I'm hearing allow spirit to literally, once you take a step, allow spirit to then pull you. Take a step and spirit will pull you the next 3. Take 1 step, spirit will pull you the next 3. It's okay to not know what the next step is. I'm being told, somebody on here, you are being denied the view or the perspective or the vision of the next step in order to force you to take this step, the first step, and then the second step. That is because you have extreme turmoil and fear. The fear is actually the thing that's creating the turmoil, is what I'm hearing. This first subset of souls, follow your rhythm. If you feel that intense need to create, I'm hearing bizarre. It may feel bizarre. It may feel weird. I'm seeing the shock of the new card, the shock of the new, beautifully strange. Allow yourself to be, allow yourself to be beautifully strange. I'm being quoted a reference from that card as well. Mother Nature, loves the beautifully strange and the process. Everything in life is a process. Even the thing that sits steadfast and still in the silence vibrates in a process, whether we are aware of it or not. You are being asked to follow the beautiful strangeness. Stop labeling it. Stop trying to control it or manipulate it. Stop putting rocks in your river to dam it. That's an energy. It's a blockage. I'm being told whenever you manifest and do moon magic, you must clear your energy. There are people who intentionally target the moon cycle energy and use that in order to project dark, dense energy into people's fields. This is true, just so that you are aware. If you're wondering if you're manifesting things and it never comes to fruition, but you're doing all the things, there is other things at play for some of you, not all of you. Some of you, it's a blockage and something of a personal nature that you are working through, either energetically, mentally, emotionally, or physically. But there are a subset of you who it's actually you're being projected at. That is what's stopping it. People are intentionally placing obstacles in front of your energy. You will know if that message is for you. So I'm being told you must discern, is it mine or is it not? That's always your first question. Is this mine? When you experience an energy, always ask, is this mine? You don't want to push away or deny something that actually is yours. So that's the number one thing. You want to transmute it. You want to see it clearly so that you can transmute it if it's yours. Second thing is you have to have discernment, because if it's not yours, you do not want to spend your energy, your focus, and your time processing somebody else's energy and all their shit when it's being projected at you. And I'm being told right now very clearly, whoever this message is for, you need to know the reason that's being projected at you is to intentionally confuse and distort you, to distract you from doing your purpose, because your purpose is damn powerful. Everybody's purpose is powerful. I don't care if you think that you're just a grocery store checkout person. If you don't think your role is powerful, you are incorrect. The janitor, the homeless person, just as important as the president. I don't know why I'm saying president or CEO. I'm hearing of some business. Those two things, the CEO needs those people in order for them to be the CEO, and vice versa. So no matter how small you think your role is, your consciousness is rippling out all over the place. Those of you who have the ability to overcome and transcend things consistently, you must be very cognizant and have discernment. Is it mine or is it not? Trust the first answer you get and remove it if it is not. And if it is yours, I'm seeing the diving for light. Go there, examine it, look at it. The only thing that's going to, the only outcome you will ever have from that is literally transmuting it and overcoming it. It's alchemy. That's what we do. That's we're human beings. We're resilient. There is nothing you cannot face when you understand that you're that powerful, and you are. So that's the first subset of souls, plus a little bit of thing about moon magic, and plus a little bit of things about spiritual warfare and black magic, because that is black magic being targeted towards you, whoever that is. You need to cast that out. There's a lot of things you should be doing with that. That's going to be another video if YouTube doesn't cut it off. Those are the videos that seem to be being cut off or unable to upload for me, friends, are ones that specifically talk about how to deal with that kind of stuff. So it's interesting because sometimes I feel like that is divine intervention, so that I am not sharing something that potentially could be misused. But in addition, I also feel like there are many other things at play. Both and, says my guide. Let me tell you, she's showing me a giant bullseye. Sometimes it is divine intervention to protect you and others, but there are times where that is not divine intervention. That is somebody else mucking with the energy. So if everything is energy and we can flow through different things, please watch the Blu-ray video from last night if you've not already watched it. Now I want to get to the third subset of souls. I thought we had two. So technically we had one where it's like go after your goals. The second one is somebody who you got moon magic, people using moon magic to interfere or project lack onto you. That's the second subset. The third one, Whoever this is for, listen, let me tell you, I'm hearing you are exhausted. You have been going a mile a minute. The last year and a half, I'm hearing January and on as well. For somebody, January is important. Either something has happened in January or that's when a lot of stuff started happening. It's a lot. You've been doing a lot. You've been working overtime. You've been working 24/7. You do need to take a break and rest. Follow your own rhythm. Just because the moon's energy says it is time to ignite your fire, if you've been igniting your fire for the last 3 months through these other transits, which there are a bunch of you who have, Jupiter in Taurus, a new moon in Taurus. What is the other part of Taurus? Sensuality, enjoying the physical plane, being present in the body, feeling the wind on your skin, enjoying something that you like to eat. It's back to that sensuality. So the third subset of people on here, you will know if this is for you. Stop, take a moment to smell the roses, to put your hands into the dirt, to literally, I'm seeing put on satin, immerse yourself in the sensuality of the 3D world. I'm also being told that's a message for somebody who's been through a lot of trauma and has had a lot of negative experiences. Part of your reprieve from that, or lifting your frequency up and out of those things, disappointments, I'm hearing clearly, the amount of disappointments you've experienced can sometimes weigh you down and come back to hurl its head at you. I'm being told, hi, Eva. Hi. Eva's joining us. I'm being told that using that sensuality of the physicality of the earth plane, because the earth plane has been unkind to you, it is important that you rewrite this on this new moon, that you enjoy life, because technically that is the intention and that is what you want to manifest. So logically thinking, I'm being told this right now. Ava says, it's okay, Mom. You don't need to channel. You can just logically roll with this because it makes perfect sense. So if the full moon in Taurus is about bringing things into physical manifested form, and your experience on the earth plane has been extremely difficult and has not been pleasant, and you struggle to get back your frequency into that light, part of the thing that you are actually manifesting is a life of luxury, because luxury really is, it's why it's called the Millionaires moon. It's luxury. It's having the energy and the essence of abundance rolling through you. It is the ability to take the time to smell the roses, to go out and enjoy a meal that has been made for you, to literally feel the beauty that exists on the earth plane. You guys, this is nature's playground. We are here together as human beings for connection, to enjoy each other. This third subset of souls, you need a break from the emotional overload, from the expansion, the spiritual expansion. You need a break and you need to integrate this. You need to get back into the physical body. You need to ground. You need to be on the earth plane. You're here in a body for a reason. This is not to be dismissed or discredited. It's very important that you have the experiences at this time because you're manifesting on a new moon. Do you not want to manifest enjoying the physical plane, the wonderful, beautiful things about it? That is part of your journey. For some of you, this subset of souls, that is what you are being asked to set your intention to, set your focus to, not on doing, taking steps towards a goal for business or all those things. You're literally being asked to move into the sensuality of the physical earth plane, connect with people who have a frequency that is aligned with yours in the physical 3D realms, enjoy people, go out dancing, go to a market, go out to the beach, to walk in nature, talk to people that are complete strangers on the street, do something that brings you joy. I'm hearing somebody here, you need to get out of the norm, like your regular way of doing things. You need to get out of that and immerse yourself into something new. And the reason that you need to do that is your guides are saying that automatically kicks you into the present moment. When we move into an unknown territory or an unknown experience, and it's no longer the lollygag of the everyday mundane where we can go on autopilot, doing something new and the unknown automatically puts us in the present moment. This is very important when we are rewriting, because that's what we're doing. It's a new moon, Jupiter and Taurus. We are rewriting or writing anew what we wish to have ahead of us. I have Persephone here. She says, if we are talking about the underworld and the messenger of the spring and the gold dust, and if I walk in both worlds, I will tell you that if those great disappointments and that great darkness exists, so too does the beautiful lotus flower blooming, the blooms of spring. June will be very important for what you do now in this moment, in this moon, will be amplified and set into the foundations and rooted for this next cycle. 10-year cycle is important. This is important because one of the things that some of you need to root on the physical plane are new experiences that are different than the old ones. If you have old experiences, says Persephone, that are based in disappointment, trauma, negativity, and darkness, and you are moving into a new version of yourself, you must have anchor points of experiences that are the complete opposite. This is also a trust factor. Some of you need to create this for yourselves first before the divine can deliver all of the gifts, miracles, all of those things. You must choose to be in that frequency first. Go out, be in the present body, do something that you would not normally do that excites you, but perhaps scares you. This is important because great joy will follow this. Because you have put your frequency into the unknown, you are pushed into the present moment. Do not rely on your past, is what I'm saying. Do not rely on your past. You must be willing to be in the present moment and allow yourself to rely on spirit to create those new things. This new moon holds multiple facets. The first one is, those of you, it's time. You need to get going on making your spirituality a reality. The second set, you are doing amazing. You need to clear your energy and be aware of the other energies that have been negatively impacting you. Whether you know who it is or not, it does not matter. It is simply energy. Cast out the energy, clear your energy, shield it, and seal it. Last thing, the last set of subsets of souls, immerse yourself in the sensuality of the 3D earth plane. That is part of what it's here for. It is like running your hands through the feather reed grass. It is dipping your toes in the deep, cool rivers and the oceans and the water. There's just so many ways that you can immerse yourself in the 3D form. That's very important. Do something that brings yourself joy. Create just for the sake of creating, not because you're creating something as a goal. Be immersed in the physical expansiveness, because that's part of why we're here on the earth plane too. Take time to do that, because it's actually what you're manifesting. And the best way to manifest it is to plunk yourself into that experience here on the earth plane. Take advantage of this energy that is here now and allow yourself to move and allow yourself to be moved. So both and. You are one with spirit because you are spirit. I'm hearing the song. You must be able to, I'm hearing the song, lean on me, way on Astral. So it's allowing yourself to move, allow yourself to move and move forwards, and allow yourself to be moved by spirit, by your spirit. Create the bizarre, allow the newness and strangeness, immerse yourself in the sensuality and the physicality, because this 3D earth plane offers so much abundance. It's just insane when you look at it from that perspective. I'm hearing the new moon messages for the new moon in Taurus in 2023 for May 19th. Drops of Jupiter in her hair is complete. So thank you so much for joining me on this channel. I am wishing all of you much love, light, blessings, healings, epiphanies, and I wish you all the best on your journeys. Happy new moon, and I will catch you on the next video.